Man, we got some levels. I don't have a gun. I'm still looking at AVXL.
Hey there, YouTube. What's up?
Uh, Sorry, I was old and stupid.
What's up? Oh man, such a funny movie.
Oh my goodness. I'm getting noise over here. What's going on? Oh my. Okay.
All right,
It's all
393. We just
beautiful.
hit it.
I'm sitting here watching a dang penny stock. I'm gonna be trading the futures.
Ah,
That's all right. I'm enjoying it. Now let's see where we are. Okay, pull back. Oh, we got it. Oh yeah. What is
woo-wee.
it? What is this? This life science. Oh, be careful. This is one of them. But this is a pharmaceutical company, I guess.
Yeah, I gotta love those. Looking at that really nice Busby here. Let's see if we get that retrace and quick scalp target. Remember,
They lowered
the
the
final
price.
candle in pattern is typically a retracement target, but you never want to go for an entire retracement. We're looking at 393.82 would be a good target, only if this candle holds the 20 period, and it's currently not. So hang out and see what happens when it hits the 1 minute 200 period there before you go long
Man,
on that.
look at this. Yeah. Well, wait. That look. That
Yeah,
look.
that look is not pleasant for
No.
bulls.
No, no. There's a lot of wicks up there, too, on the 5 minute chart. There's two wicks into those areas.
And
I'm
then
looking at the MES.
another thing to
Hey,
kind of
Jeremy, you got your trading station up and going?
it's up and going. I just got to learn a little bit more about the platform before I start taking live trades with it.
Got it.
I will
That thing is
be following
complex.
you. I'll be following you soon on that.
Because I've never messed with TOS, and from what I understand, the platforms are quite similar in the complexity of it. So,
Well, kudos for you taking your time. That's good. I'm glad you didn't just jump in there.
not
So no more Tradeovate?
no more Tradeovate. As simple as that platform was, and it was easy to use. I don't mind it. I still support them. I think that's still a great app. I just had one issue too many, and with the kind of risk I was taking, it was just not worth worrying about if it was going to have an issue or not. So
All right, we got to hold this here. See if this holds this level. I still use straight of 8.
nothing wrong with it. I just decided I wanted to go into TradeStation anyway because one, we have a good relationship with TradeStation. Two, I love all of the different things you can do with the platform. There's a lot more ways you can provide a lot of flexibility in your analysis. So instead of me having to go and delete lines off of my SPY chart, for instance, I can just leave them on and then have a different set of analysis tools saved as a category where I can flip into a still be able to see SPY without all my lines on it, and then be able to add new ones. And I can kind of keep rolling with that. All right.
OC. Why I got an alert that OCGN is down to $1.33. I forgot all about OCGN.
I haven't traded that in a while.
Well, it's been a long time. All right, look out now.
There's a big old bear bar on that 1 minute chart. And
we got 3 black crows, it looks
Yep.
like, on 5 minute.
We're going to tag, probably the next support level is going to be 392.
I got a very nice scalp right now on SPY or on the MES.
Nice work, sir.
Good work.
It is awesome, and I am grateful to be even a small part of that, being able to help you with that, and help anyone I can grow into a profitable trader like that. That just gives me the feels, man.
Ardo, on a 10-second chart, you sound like you're beasting it.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. Yes, I'm getting some good profits, but it's very hard to keep them.
Yeah.
I'm learning how to not trade as much. So like this scalp that I did right now, I'm probably just gonna step away because it's very hard for me to not trade if I stay.
Right,
It's
right. And we all went through that. That's why you hear us all say we're sitting on our hands. We're sitting on our
Yep.
hands.
Well,
Because
even
you,
if I'm in front of the the screen right now and listening to you guys, I want to say I'm disciplined enough to not go in, but it's not true. So it's
it's the
just
hardest thing. And I totally understand, man, and I appreciate your honesty on that too, because the it's kind of an old thing I've said to one of my kids, or many of my kids, over and over again when I catch them in a lie. I'm like, the first person you've got to convince when you lie is yourself. And I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just saying it's good to be honest with it. And the discipline is you've got to be able to tell yourself you don't need to be in a position. You don't need to be trading all the time. You need to just let the chart tell you when you should be trading. But you got to convince yourself to ignore what is driving you to just want to be in a position or want to be a part of it or want to not miss out. And that's exactly what the discipline behind FOMO is. It's you've got to be honest with yourself first and foremost, and just tell yourself, look, I know I have a tendency to be roped into a trade that may not be a good entry, and I need to be able to not feel needed to be in a position, not feel a need to be trading every single candle. You got to watch and see what the setup's telling you. And when you can turn off that urge to be in a position, it sounds much easier than it actually is. And like I said, the first thing you got to do is make an honest choice to tell yourself, look, this is a problem I need to solve. I need to be able to just sit on my hands when I need to. And that's why you hear us say it all the time. We're sitting on our hands until we see a setup.
FOMO is real.
Yes.
yes, it is. Says Jomo. Joy of missing out. I saw it. At least I saw it. I missed it, but I saw it.
Here's a great little setup that I'm looking at here. This is descending channel on a 5-second chart. Perfect break. Looking for a target retracement up to the 50%. 393.18 is where it happened to be. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to get there in the first couple of licks here. And this can fail right here, actually. Look at this substructure in this. You've got a little megaphone happening right here. There's your regression line. There's your upper line. Whoops. Give me a line. Thank you. And I was blown away yesterday when I was able to draw that bearish bat on a 5-second chart.
Right.
But you watch structure on these little 5 and 10-second charts, dude, and it just, I can't say it enough. You get that repetition, and you just know it when you see it.
Mm-hmm.
And before long, you don't need to draw it. You just instantly recognize it. You already have a trade plan set, and it's ready to go. Here we go. Spinner. We're looking for a bar retrace here on this pattern here on the 5-minute chart. I would target about 393.75 on this if it breaks. And that takes us for 100% of this descending channel right here on the expansion for the 5-second chart. But this is also going to tell you there's a resistance point here. And if you look at this as if it was just a double bottom, you got your R1 right there. You can take this trade on the break if you're real quick with a futures chart. Or if you're swinging it, you're going to look for the entry above the break. And then you're going to run to a full 50% retracement of that pattern. Takes you right to about 393.75.
We're We're hugging. Yeah, my words. The bottom of that 15-minute opening range.
And I know I don't see it on a 5-minute chart as an evening star pattern, but this is essentially what that is. In spite of this being a bearish engulfing channel, this still has a chance to retrace the biggest or the second biggest candle in it. I usually call that the third candle because we usually would see a bar, a spinner, and another bar, and the third candle is this, the second bar. So maybe I should rephrase that too. The second bar gives you your targets, and if it does not hold support of the second bar, which is threatening to break down right now, it may not go and retrace. So you literally wait for your decision to take that trade until you see the setup complete. If it fails, typically you'll get a bar, a spinner, and a bar to the bear side measuring a move. And in our previous channel, that becomes an angular support zone. That's a target, about 391.50 if it breaks over. Let's go to a 1 minute chart. Kind of crawling out. It's still threatening to retrace that channel. We can still see that on the 5-second chart, pretty plain. But knowing where all the control levels in the substructure are is very important. This is how you you see a 5 minute or a 1 minute setup. This 5-second chart's your go or no go.
Go or no
And
go?
no go. We're looking at bar, spinner, bar. And very much like our 5 minute chart, our angulars matter. This is our regression line from that little megaphone. And actually it gave us a clue of when the break was going to happen. Here's angular support extending this channel. That's a target. This is our base of the megaphone. This can be an extension. And what I'm getting at is while I'm drawing all this on a 5-second chart, you're going to see many, many more lines available on TrendSpider later on with that demonstration. And you're going to know some stuff about why you see me drawing so many damn lines on my chart when you see it in action. The idea is when you're trading these short-term structures and you want to be able to not waste so much time drawing to where you can actually take the trade, because you glance at it, you recognize the pattern, you trade the pattern. The use of TrendSpider is actually going to make that much easier, because it's like having an app that does all the drawing for you. Plus, there's lots of custom ability to it. You can adjust things to do whatever you want. All right, your AVXL waking up a little bit. It's got that 5 minute 200 period in resistance here. If it can break 877, 878, or 880, it's got a good chance at touching that $9 pivot again.
There we go.
Amazon's kind of swept into. Oh, yeah, that's a nice little rising megaphone with a measured move. You see it?
Oh yeah.
Big old range expansion. Angular support target. Bam, right there.
I'm getting charts ready. I like your Webull charts sometimes.
I love Webull. Even if Webull had errors with trading, I would still keep that one. I love the charting on Webull, man. I cannot get over how simple it is to use. I wish it had a way to have saved settings. It probably does. Maybe I just haven't explored the app enough. Where I can have different groups of indicators and different groups of drawings that I've had. I'd love to find that out. Wow, look at the size of that wick on a 5-second candle. Yikes. So what was the structure on this play? Well,
There
I
we
was
go.
busy yapping and not drawing.
All right, now I can see a 5-second chart. So when you go refer to it, I can go look at it. Okay.
Meant to make that yellow. There we go. This is interesting. We got this little double bottom after this big old fade candle right through the regression line. Let's see. Didn't quite get to our channel line. Broke that regression line. This was a bull signal right here.
Sure did, didn't it? Look at that. I'm still a little distracted. Not bad, just getting things set up right.
This is almost an inverse of the bearish bat. This is like the bullish bat. Let me
Bullish bat. The BB.
if there is such a thing. You've got a harmonic here, and it's likely to come back up and tag this target after all.
Yeah, you're right.
Harmonic patterns are neat because it's like if you just glance at this looks like trash. I mean, it's just really sketchy price movement. But it's like when you get down to it, imagine if you will. Let's do it this way. Check this out. Draw it as a line chart. You can see more clearly sometimes. Patterns stand out to you when there's a line chart. Candles don't always show you exactly the patterns you're looking for. So if you can't see the actual pattern in the candles, or you can't see the forest through the trees, throw a line chart up. I used to do that quite often back in the days when I was just first starting to understand price action trading, and oftentimes I wouldn't quite catch the exact pattern I was looking for. But if you're not experienced with seeing candle patterns, throw a line chart up once in a while. You'll see the patterns you're looking for. There we are. We hit the target. Bam.
Man, we did. We slammed right into a target. That is the mid-range, the mid of the 15-minute opening range. So,
and very
this has
loosely,
been resistance.
Very loosely, this is Sig's Busby right here.
He is a Busby man.
And I always set a target on this, usually, like I said, it's usually a bar, a doji, and another bar when you get the evening star pattern, but not always. But it's still the same rule. You look for the second big bar.
Shoot.
And that's your target. And then the substructure on a 5-second chart was ready to roll with it. Very nice.
Very nice indeed. Well, we don't even have any econ, I think.
I thought there was something someone was saying.
Bank of Canada announcement at 10 a.m. We got the petroleum status report at 10:30. Consumer credit at 3.
Consumer credit, I think, is one that'll move a little bit.
3 p.m. That's like the power hour.
Yeah.
You still got to be careful about that petroleum status thing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Wicked into that area to build off of it. 1, 2, pull back. There we go.
Managed to do a pretty decent 15% return on a call today. Finally, it's my first day trade in like, I don't know, a week and a half from being sick. It was a good one.
Welcome back. Was it a single?
Yeah, it was just a single call contract that I bought at 182, and then I sold it at 210.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Nice.
Not bad. I'm still rocking some of those 382, 381 put debit spreads, and they're holding their own. I still got. They're still worth $5. I paid $1 a piece for them.
Oh, Jeremy, I bought one of those like random like super far on the money spreads for just like $1, and then I just randomly just kept selling it for $2, and it actually, sure enough, over time did trigger, so I got like 100% return on that $1, which is hilarious. I wish I bought more contracts, but I didn't have any like confidence in my ability that I was predicting where things were going to go correctly. I haven't been able to liquidate my butterfly though, which is kind of weird because one side of it is negative and one side of it is positive, so then like the middle point is still $0 or $1.
Right.
It's really frustrating, but it like keeps like gyrating up to the point where it's above where I want to sell it at, but on the buyer's side, the ask is still negative for some reason, and I don't know how to circumvent that until we get closer to the range, I guess.
You can actually convert a butterfly into a debit spread, and if you close one side of it without paying a debt, you don't have to put any more risk into it. Sometimes you have to give it $1 to do it, but it's weird. Like out of the money butterflies, if you expect price to move towards it, but it might not close at your middle or your body. If it's far enough out of the money, oftentimes you can convert half of it into a credit spread, and then the remaining position ends up being a debit spread. And then if the price action is going to continue to trend at least towards your target, you'll get your risk back out of it. And that's what I was trying to get at with Amazon here. Those things are so out of the money. They're like 2 and 3 cents a contract. So it's like you can go and do that. You just have to decide: do I want to add a little more risk to that and buy back one of the debit spreads, or sell a debit spread and convert the whole position into a debit spread, or do I want to just let it expire worthless and move on to the next thing? So it's kind of a catch-22 on it. If you think if Amazon at least gets back over $100, it'll at least be worth something to have it as a debit spread. But right now, it's like the market is in one of those situations where it's a relief rally in a bear market, and it's like, well, Amazon's going to tend to move with the market. So damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. You know what I mean?
All right, guys, I got to get going. Thank you for everything, and good luck in the market today.
Anytime, you too, man.
you, Ricardo.
Remember, start focusing on JOMO, the joy of missing
Yeah, I
out.
used to have that same problem, by the way, Ricardo.
So I was able not to get into any trades like this whole time that you guys were been talking since my last trade. So I'm green.
Nice.
Good for you.
Yeah. All right. Take care.
Good work,
Take
man.
care.
We'll see you later.
We went from looking like a green candle to a red spinner there.
Yep, I see that. And we can
It's
either
another
print
wick.
another evening star here. It's right in that 200 period too on the 5-minute chart to boot. And either if it doesn't hold the 8 period here and give us a bar spinner bar for a bullish move up to that 394.80 area, this will be just another evening star, but also a descending wedge. A descending
Yes,
wedge chock
descending
full
wedge.
of
There
evening
it is.
stars. How about that?
Holy cow, that is a descending wedge, Jeremy. Good call. Doesn't have to be huge to be a wedge.
Nope.
You can find them. Look at that right there. Bam. Came all the way back down, filled up that green candle to the left. Son of a bee.
Very, very cool.
That's a 13-point freaking range.
Yep. And these are what make futures trading
Jomo.
so awesome, is when you recognize
yeah.
these. I couldn't draw it fast enough, couldn't speak about it fast enough, but if I was watching a 10-second chart, I'd have nailed that. So,
Yes, you would have.
because here was your break right on the 5-second chart, right back through our target line. Bam, see ya.
Yeah.
That was the
Bam,
bear
see
signal
ya.
right there.
I'm so thankful now that I got out of that call when I did, but I didn't think about the put side at all after I got out of it. I was just like, I just want to write this down and be happy with what I did. But man, that would have been a huge reversal move that would have made me money both ways.
Exactly. Yeah, I got, let's see here. Dun, dun, dun. Damn, it's volatile, so it's like flopping all over the place here. Hang on.
Oh,
a second.
but here you go again. We're still not finished that candle. Now, I did say it retraced that whole thing, but I was looking at a 5-minute candle,
At
and it still has plenty of time.
At 382, 381 is currently hovering around $7 and $8. Risk was $1 per contract spread on that, man.
Debit?
Yeah, debit spread.
I've been having a ball of a time watching two different spread positions that I have. One on CoinDesk, which is call credit spread, and then my Tesla put debit spread, and they've been competing so heavily against each other in the sense that like every time coin drops, Tesla drops with it, and so I make money on one way, and then the other way, if a coin rises, then Tesla rises, and so Tesla's the one making money. But the funny thing is like one of them is a negative value position now, but yet it's still in the money, like really close to the expiration because they're both for the 16th. So I'm just sitting here just watching how much delta really makes a difference versus the theta burn on these, which is really kind of sad to see it, but at the same time it gives me all the sanity in the world to be like, yeah, I may be down $40 on a position right now, but I'm not actually down $40 on a position because it's still in the money, you know. So I'm just sort of like laughing at how much these shifts are because they're pretty extreme at times. Like I'll be seeing like 70% returns one day, and then the next day I'm in the negative, and I'm like, how in the world? It's still in the money. How did it move that much while it's in the money?
That's pretty awesome how it happens. And then, like I said, with a commission-free brokerage, you're running dollar-wide spreads for a penny risk. And I was able to capitalize that position and turn it into a negative risk condor at the same time yesterday. So first I killed half that position for a 600% return. And then I killed another half of the remaining position for an 800% return. And then took some of my profit and put it into an equal set of call debit spreads against that remaining put debit spread position. And the profit's already been banked, and it's a risk-free position that's actually negative risk because the total profit from the entire trade has been, against that. So it's like house money. I'll let it ride. If we get volatility, if it moves, just $5 in either direction, I can profit one side at a time, or I can ride it for a trend or whatever I want to do. One side will wash the other out, and I don't have to worry. I love being able to run into a can't lose position like that without really having to risk much. It's just incredible.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. That definitely eases your ability to just like watch the market and not care what happens either way as long as it goes somewhere.
Yeah. And it's funny because just for S&G purposes, I built a.
Jiggles.
I don't like Reddit. I despise Reddit, but I've set up a Reddit account, and I went and commented on certain groups thread. You kind of know what I'm talking about, and I just said, hey man, I'm able to bag these massive percentage moves on a zero commission brokerage with dollar-wide spreads, and I just kind of talked about it, and then I was conversing back and forth with another dude about it, and then all of a sudden some troll comes in and says I'm full of crap, da da da, and then reported me to the admins, and I'm instantly banned from that group. I'm like, well, okay, I guess you guys just don't like hearing the truth, or maybe they thought I was trying to scam someone. I wasn't trying to sell a damn thing. I was just doing what I do and helping to teach others how to do this stuff, and it's like,
That's so odd.
okay. Well,
Like most of the time, what they do is they want proof, right? And if they don't ask for proof and they ban you immediately, that's just ridiculous.
yeah, it's like, I don't even care. You know what? You guys want to hold bags? I'll take the winning side of the trade. You can hold my bags.
Hold my bag.
Hold my bag. There you go.
Here, hold my bag.
Thanks for the market
Look
liquidity.
out, boy. Hold my bag.
End pattern. Kind of cool. We're not getting the old bar spinner bar anymore. We're just getting bar spinner spinner bar. Love that. Oh, awesome. All right, Amazon put in a double bottom sneakily while I was looking away. We rolled. We were right up on top of R1, and we've got targets to the left to follow if it continues to trend here. 5-second chart kind of looking the same. And AVXL is just going to fade. Sorry, man. Those biotech stocks. You got to love them. Most of the time, those biotech stocks, the trading's like pretty much done before the market opens. A lot of that's pre-market stuff. That's what I love about these other, sub dollar penny stocks is that they're not like a biotech stock. Usually it's like some tech company or some company that's in the communications sector or whatever. And you go into stuff like COMS, and it's just like the percentage swings on it are just massive, and the risk is like nothing, and the price action is just so easy to trade. It's like you almost have to be an absolute newbie to lose money on those. And even if you've got a little bit of price action skills, you can trade those very profitably. It's kind of neat to be able to have this spectrum to be able to show you how to learn price action using a penny stock, and at the same time being able to teach complex option strategies and be like, dude, this is really, you can make it rocket science, but it doesn't have to be. It's kind of awesome to have that much of a broad spectrum of being able to do this. All right, SPY creeped back to 394. We're above it. Made the bar spinner bar setup, or I like to call this the measured move pattern, but that looks like it might want to close in a wick. And if it do, we got trouble.
Yep. Trouble coming.
See if I can
Trouble,
find.
trouble. Time is it? Oh, it's 10:18. Okay, let's keep an eye on that clock.
When's the first econ? Is that 11?
10:30.
Yeah, 10:30. All right.
A little push up, but that don't mean anything there.
Amazon's threatening the trend here. Hmm. 10 minutes to an econ event. That looks bullish. Let's see what Apple looks like.
Apple, apple. Yapple dapple.
Or the apple of my eye. Oh, sorry. That's got to date me quite a bit. All right, so there's your line in the sand, so to speak. That was our target. We've met it twice, blasted through it. Now we tested it for support. What's that make it? Pivot, 393.80. Point of interest. That's all you need to know when it comes to pivots. And SPY doesn't have to trade in quarters, 50 cents, and dollars anymore. It can just trade all over the damn place. It's fluid. So I guess if nothing else, the 5-day-a-week expirations have given us some liquidity in the market that tends to create narrower range of price movement, but the liquidity's there. It sort of stabilizes it. The volatility is much more, well, chartable. I wanted to point out the 15-minute chart here. Just a little reference here. We're playing in that key pivot area. We know that 390.50 is like the absolute floor of this thing. This trend rolled over here. We had a descending wedge, and now we're kind of clocking in for a double bottom here. If we get loose and we can get above that 395, your R1 is going to be the Globex high, which is right at that 395. And then you just look at the targets like it's just any other double bottom. And that is one steep piece of price action. And because it's a channel, it's got that high potential to retrace. We might see a $400 push today, maybe.
We'll see. Things are going to go sideways for a little while, but you got to look at as it's going sideways, and you're going to find wedges. It looks like it's forming a wedge right now, actually, on the MES. And you'll see a lot of wedges these days,
which is good. We love wedges. They usually have a very predictable pattern with price targets all built in.
Oh, that little guy right there is not pretty.
It's just going to keep playing here. It's a big pile of dojis on the 5-minute chart too, by the way.
Which means you shouldn't be buying anything. If you some strategies say all those dojis, no, just some strategies, not all of them. You don't trade while they go sideways like that.
Not a good idea. This is where you
now, if you're a scalper, that's different.
You wait and see. Yeah, if you're just scalping the ES, MES, that's easy pickings right there because it's just trading in range. You just go from one to the other. If you're high frequency trading, like I do with futures, yeah, man, that's your bread and butter. But just bag those 3-pointers over and over again. It's a great feeling. But when everything comes to a point where you get a wedge, and the wedge itself is built out of a pile of dojis, you wait for the break. And you don't want to be long or short in a setup. You want to be ready to trade the break. And this 5-second wedge is tightening to a fine point here. It's like a pen.
Yes, it is. Looks like we might can't really tell until it happens.
Right. Oftentimes you'll get these little stop loss hunts break out of the wedge, and then they'll freaking rip the other way.
Yeah.
Not every time. We got lots of dojis saying this is likely to be bearish AF, but
yeah,
it's almost like someone wants you to see that.
You got those wicks too, and it's still above the some of the averages there. Let's see where we at with SPY. buys on that 1 minute VWAP. Right above it. Above the 200 there. But that don't mean squat right now.
My youngest makes a mean cup of coffee. Every once in a while, he spills the grounds over the edge of the filter. I've got a mouthful of coffee grounds.
Now smile.
Yeah,
Are you on camera?
I am too.
Yeah.
But you know what tastes good with coffee grounds?
What?
Chocolate.
I was going to say chocolate. I was about to say chocolate. Well, that sounds like something chocolate would do. That is a real wedge right there, huh?
What did I tell you? They break that wedge, stop, hunt it, and sometimes we'll rip the other way. Can it be? We got two levels here, 394.20 and 394.50 for targets on this wedge. And if this sets up a measured move, we could get about $1 out of this. We could run up to 395. No, but still got some deciding to do, but it's kind of almost at the very tip of that wedge. Give it a minute, wait for the break. I know it's exciting to sit here and watch the paint dry, but that's okay. I've got lots of chocolate. Lately, I've been fasting breakfast, and throughout the day, I've been eating smaller meals.
All right, now, what do we got here?
I feel pretty good.
All right, still waiting though. I don't, still have dojis. Let's see what this is going to do.
I can't zoom out.
This
any
is
further.
slower than it used to be though. That's for sure. We have slowed down a heck of a lot.
Yeah, it's brought some stability to the price action, but
See that hammer? Let's see what happens
we
here.
got a harmonic here. Hang on.
Right on the VWAP.
This wedge is bigger than we thought.
Hammer on the VWAP. Bop, bop, bop. Boy, that's sick looking though. That is stupid sick looking. And I see sick. When I mean sick, is I have that Woody's indicator, and it's colorful, but it doesn't look healthy right now.
That's looking a little bearish.
I'm a little jaundice on my chart. That's what I call it. Got some orange and yellows, and I don't like orange and yellows in my chart, my Woodies.
And Amazon's
I gotta
actually
do all-
starting to work out to look a lot like a bear flag. Oh boy, Apple is too. It might be ready to tip over.
That could be it. Lots of wicks there. Again, into that midsection, the mid-range of the 15-minute opening range, the midline that I have. Oh, up, 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 up. So was that the fakie? The fake out?
Could be.
I mean, we're still building on that freaking VWAP. We're right on it. We've been walking on it now and wicking into it for a little bit on the MES. And yet, here we are again, 10:28, 33 seconds. And on the 5-minute chart, we're still doji in it. Look out for this big green bar right here. Let's see what it does. If it breaks out, you got room to get into it. Don't rush. You got time. Make your plot.
It did break.
your price target.
Expect one one possible pullback to 394.20 after this push. Nope, that's just going to screw right through that. Bam.
Let's see.
Went through the drywall and into the stud, baby, where it belongs. Yeah, that's a breakout. That's parabolic now. On the 5-second chart, anyway. Remember, 394.80 is target 1 on the break. There's your break. We broke that 394.40.
Yep, you did.
394.50 and 394.80 respectively. And if we get a measured move out of this, 395 is right up here. That was one hell of a string.
Petroleum
of
report comes out in just a few minutes or a few seconds, by the way.
Aha.
So if you're in a trade or something like that, if you can,
Right.
I backed out of mine just now.
Yeah, this is we got the break. That was a great futures trade right off that break, but that's not for everybody depending on what you're trading. 394.75. It touched that 394.80 target. Let's see here. Pull back. Got 2 levels to pull back to. We got 394.40 and nope, not even going to try. 395, we're going.
All right, so this is the time for that report coming out here. Doesn't look like anything's going to stop us at the moment, but I'm going to wait for a second. That's me. I'm not in the rush.
I'm already sitting in a risk-free condor position. I will just
39,
leg out of it,
60,
take my profit, roll it into next week.
60. Looks like we're going to hit 39.60. Maybe not. Maybe not. Let's see. We've crossed into the wicks now from the first 10 minutes, first 15 minutes. And we're coming back up to the top of that range. I do love my 15-minute range. I say that all the time.
And 5
And that's
minute
simple.
candle.
I just draw a channel. It's boom. There's your 15-minute opening range.
We'll either get a 5-minute tweezer or a 5-minute doji right here.
Yeah, this could be a double top on the 5 minutes. So
That can end up a 2-bar though. Let me see.
it's an ugly Wu-Tang if it's going to be bullish.
Well, we got the Wu-Tang already out of the 5-second chart. It's done.
Yeah.
Now we're just rolling into an M-top looking thing, but yeah, 5-minute likely to close the doji, and 1 minute just did. Look for a retrace back to 394.50.
Actually,
And that's your critical support on the little 5-second M-top right here too.
Yeah, look for, wow. Okay, here we go. Let's see. That was a nice push. That was a nice wedge break.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we see those wedges everywhere right now. Or maybe it's just I'm looking for them.
Nailed all 3 targets on that wedge too, by the way.
Yeah.
Nailed them.
And I have a target a little bit higher on the breakout. I got 339.60 on the MES actually.
I got 395.75 as an extension possible for a measured move. I
Might
drew
be
that a while
39.
ago, and I can't zoom out enough to see the whole thing anymore. All right,
now
there
look
we go.
out here. What time is it? Okay, 9:30. No, 10:33.
Testing 1 minute 20 period or 1 minute 8 period right here.
Now look at the 5-minute chart.
Yeah.
You see it? See the wicks lining up with the opening?
Yep.
I love section.
394.40.
I'm not even all the way here yet.
And that's what's cool. Like when you get to a point where you can just comfortably trade, you get to a point where you can do it without thinking. You just let your lizard brain do it for you. It's kind of neat.
Man, you ain't kidding.
You get there.
All right, we're coming to if you're on a 1 minute chart and you're looking at the MES or even the SPY, the two candles that broke out of the wedge, those two green candles, where they meet and they join, the in between them, I pay attention to that. That's you want to see that hold if it's going to continue. You want to see
Right.
that hold. That's also about the 50% retracement, by the way, of that first two little candle move. Three actually with the spinner on top, but I don't like that. I don't like those two red candles, green and red candle up there.
Yeah, green to red usually.
Yeah. Yeah, it's looking like a double top on the 5 minute.
Kinda.
Oh, yeah, a small one,
Got
but
one.
we'll see.
Well,
There it is.
940, 945 candles is one, and then 1030, 1035 candles is two. That's a double top. Qualifies. Only when it breaks its retracement mean though to 50%.
Right. All right, so we closed that candle. Yes, we did. Closed it with the wick coming back down from that same area, which is about that 3950 area in the MES and that 394.85-ish.
Guess what that is?
395
Descending
area.
5-second wedge right off the 200 period. Retrace target 394.50.
There you go.
Easy peasy. Let's see if it gets loose. It's got to break that.
394.50. That's 5 points if we did it.
eh,
No. It looks like. See, it broke that in between level I was talking about, right?
Right.
But there's still a volume profile I have marked out on one of my charts.
I want to see if it double bottoms here.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that 5-second chart. I love such fast charts because, like I said, you just get that redundancy. You get to see these patterns over and over and over again, and you get so much screen time in such a short amount of time. You can just spot these patterns quick.
That is the extent of our econ today,
Yeah,
other until 3 o'clock.
I was expecting
power hour?
more volatility today for some reason. Here we go. Descending wedge.
Okay. Now we got a descending one. How about that? Wedge on top of wedge.
Yeah, we'll see if our volatility dries up right around here. It's probably kind of likely.
39.43.50. We were trying to hold that for a second.
Still getting coffee grounds out of my teeth.
Awesome. I got to get a new coffee pot. The one they have here is a Keurig or Keurig. I don't like them.
I don't care for them either.
I don't like them because I have to sit there and wait for another cup of coffee, and I want to just pour one.
Right.
It's like, I don't want to sit here and do this. That's part of the reason I was late.
Yeah.
And they're like, come on, make me some coffee.
I like the good old drip. I've been doing whole bean coffee for a long time now, so I grind it every morning, and
Yeah, me too.
I do a French roast, which is a little lower on caffeine than a Colombian roast, or what do they call that?
Oh, really?
Like a medium roast or whatever.
French roast is a
dark
little lower in caffeine?
Yeah, the more you roast it, the less caffeine you get. But the flavor, I like the flavor. I love coffee.
I love French roast flavor. I do. We get French roast around here all the time. This French Market coffee that we have called French Market Coffee. And their French roast is freaking awesome.
And I brew it about a tablespoon per cup, but depending on where it was roasted and the quality of the beans going into it, sometimes I'll get like the Kirkland French roast from Costco, and
Yeah.
it requires a little bit more. So like for an 8-cup pot, I got to put like 12 scoops in it to make it taste like most other French roasts. So, but that's strong and very dark cup of coffee, but it's got the flavor. All right, we broke down. Key support is failing right here on a 5-second chart, but there's still angular right here.
This is sideways.
And that angular comes
there's-
all the way
there's-
back from here.
There are trades you can take. You just gotta wait for the right setup.
All right.
I'm talking about the futures more than anything.
Yeah. Pivot broke, but we still have angular here. So let's see what we get. We'll either get a smash down, measured move. Next target's going to be basing at about 393.15. Then we got an extension possible to 392.15. So we might get a dollar bill here.
Boom.
Nice. Run it, baby.
The thing is this thing is still hanging around that the moving average I use on the 5-minute chart. It's just hanging out with it. I should post that. Let y'all see this. Figured I can do that. Oh, and the internet's really fast.
Nice.
I like it. That.
That's good to have.
Can you hear the echo in the room behind me?
A little bit. It just needs
Okay.
some bric-a-brac or furniture to.
Yes, I
Knock
just
the
need a
echo
little
down.
furniture, not much.
Yeah. Oh, a chair in there or something. Yeah, that's why I got this couch in the background here. It takes all the echo out of my formal living room here. Kind of interesting. Like I'm not,
That's what I'm looking at, just so folks know.
coming from the West Coast and the Pacific Northwest area, moving out here to the East Coast. I was never accustomed to the fact that a lot of the houses out here have a formal living room and then a family room. And then they also tend to have a formal dining room and then a dining room typically built into the kitchen as well. So it's like,
Right.
got these
right.
extra rooms. So I'm like, well, we use the formal living room to entertain guests and stuff too. But like, it makes a great office because it's just wide open. It doesn't have that small room echo. And at the same time, I can have a nicer background because I mean that's the formal living room. It's got to look impressive. So, my wife and I went to town and decorated and made it look nice in here.
Let me show you my new backyard. Just posted it.
Let me grab the
Bam.
chat.
I still have greenery. Had woods at the other place, which I really liked.
Oh, nice. That's pretty.
It's the next golf course. Where's Devin?
Right?
I'm back on the east bank, so I'm not on the west bank anymore.
Whoa.
I'm across the river.
Goldman Sachs said China likely to not open until April. Ouch! That ain't gonna be good for Baba.
Oh, so we go short Baba now? I want my Baba. I'm just saying. That's an ascending channel.
I want to trade Baba, but like you need a long time on the spreads unless you catch a break.
All right, we got a little bit bigger candle, a couple of bigger candles there, those red candles than we had on those dojis. So we have something going on here, less indecision. However, if you look at that picture I just put up, and that's my looks like home. Awesome. Anyway, I put that picture up with that single moving average that I have, that yellow line, and you can see how price is close to it. It really hasn't moved far away from it. And when you get that where it just kind of hovers along that line, that to me is kind of a sideways day. That means your long plays aren't there. For me, particularly.
Right.
And that also means I'm not trading single options.
At least we got range.
Yeah, we do have range, so it's great for the futures.
Oh man. Great for my spreads too, man. I'm just able to walk in and out of them, and that's pretty dang nice. I'm still risk free. I can wait till tomorrow to close these and be just fine.
I could have taken a couple of trades and all that talking I was doing.
Yeah.
It's slow though. I mean, I see these candles and I'm fine if I don't trade all the time.
The 5-minute does have that M-top look. But
you go.
look at
Gotta wait.
Look at the 15 minute.
Well, let me go look at the 15 minute. I hadn't done that yet.
And then stretch it out. Classic double bottom setup
Oh, yeah.
from yesterday's price action. And then zoom out even further, go to the 2-hour chart. Looks a little better. But it's up under a key pivot, and I'm going to light it up.
Light it up.
And make it bold.
He's going to make it big.
So this will be either a bear flag or a double bottom. And
Look at that.
this is your deciding line right on that pivot. And it's just the base of a control bar, 2-hour chart from the 30th here.
Let me
We knew
go
we
with
were likely to break support yesterday, and we were likely to go and retrace, or the day before yesterday and yesterday, to retrace all of this bullish action that happened on the 30th. We've done that. We came to rest down here, set up a double bottom in a descending channel to boot. It does have a probability to retrace up to that 400 pivot again. But look a little further. What do we already see on the chart here? And I'll give you a second to look at it first.
megaphone channel, a rising channel.
Well, we've got the megaphone,
I mean, megaphone.
and it's a rising megaphone. Stemmed out of
We
here.
have a diamond pattern.
No diamond yet, but we could have the left side of a diamond because we've got range expansion.
Range expansion. That's what I meant to say, Coach. Dang it.
Oh, no worries.
Build the yes.
This will be on the final. This was just a quiz.
Look at that double bottom, though. Yeah, on the 2-hour. I didn't even realize that. Wow. I got to go look left at those levels. It's right on those pivots.
This one I need to make
Oh,
stand out as
my.
well.
What is that pivot there? Tell me what you are, Mr.
There's also a regression line right there.
39,
And
39.
you guys are going to love
Here we
TrendSpider,
go.
and a lot of you might see it as at least a trial worth having, because, like I said, it draws all this stuff for you. And they're coming up here in about 14 minutes to come and do a presentation with us, and it's going to be pretty awesome. So
We go to Zoom for
Yeah.
that. Is that right?
yeah, it'll be a Zoom thing. Let me see if I can get the link again.
I did the registration thing.
Yep, let me grab that link again just to have it. There we go. Yeah, if you look at the where am I? If you look at the chat options futures room here, or this thread that we have here, I'll put the link in there one more time. And I'm going to check the comments on the stream too, because sometimes we'll have some new members that comment in the stream, and I miss them for like days on end, so I apologize for that. It does happen. Oh man, there's 12 comments in there that I haven't seen. Jeez.
Shame on you.
I'm so sorry.
I
guys.
miss them all the time. Okay, wow. I looked away for just a second.
There's our bull move, and don't forget, we still have all of our lines. Just extend them.
Yep.
394.50s right there.
You called that one, dude.
All right, let me go back here. Dear
Yeah, we're
Lord.
back up to 39.50.
Sorry, Johnny
Close.
210, and sorry, Zimmerman, or Zinneman.
Man, that is some chop. That's just range. Boom, boom, boom.
Dun,
Look
dun,
at
dun.
that 1 minute chart. That's a rising channel. Let's see now. Wow, come on now.
Never
What you
shorted
gonna
down
do
market. That's good.
That's good. I see that piercing pattern there on the 5 minute. Doesn't mean it'll go up a lot though. When you see those on like if you look on a 5 minute chart and you see those previous two candles, not the one that's working right now, how they wick down. They're almost like a tweezer bottom, I guess.
This Cinnamon fella, he's a man after my own heart. He's trading. They're looking at the 5-second chart.
Oh, you 5-second people. I'm still learning the 10-second. All right. Ooh,
We'll
I
get
see
there.
what we got going on here. Okay,
So-
hang on a second. Hang on.
I was going to say we tend to
Boom.
I'll copy
That's
the image,
down
post it.
lower.
We tend to keep our
Okay.
comments in here on the chat options futures area, just so it makes it easier to reference them later. You don't always get the voice channel comments to be able to have access to them.
All right, watch and see if it rejects here. If it doesn't reject, it's gotta blow past that
There we go.
buy. It's got to blow past that
Yeah, just
395.10.
just smoked our 394.50, and yeah, we got probably one more push to 395, and I threw an angular support line on here. It comes right up to 396. If we get through 395, we'll expect to pause there, and then our 50% retracement line of this channel is actually a little skewed. Let me drag that up a little bit so I can drag this pivot. Looking at right at 400. I might not have drawn it on there. But we have all of these targets on the left here. Every big candle is a point of control. So when you look left, look for those points of control. And you know, your chart's going to look messy as hell with all these lines on it, but they'll mean something. Almost every time you see a trend, you look at points of control in that trend, you find a reversal, and you trade targets based on the previous trend. You look at all the control zones in there, and bam, you get every pivot you need to know. And when I say things like target 1, target 2, target 3, extension this and that, mainly it's just a matter of how you trade it. And if you're riding a trend like that, all you got to do is literally move your trailing stop up with it.
We're bullish.
Yeah, we're pushing to 396, I think.
Let's see how this 5-minute candle closes. But yeah, we are pushing that area.
So you got points of control, and then you have major and minor pivots. So you have the major pivots are typically at the whole dollars, 50-cent marks, 25-cent marks occasionally, and then you have minors. You have little small areas of consolidation within a weird range. You can kind of set it up to where your trailing stop follows the majors, but you use the minors as a point to accumulate. So like if you let's say you wanted to compound on a bullish trend. You go and you get long on the reversal at the break. You ride it up to the next pivot, and then you'll see a consolidation zone on that pivot. It'll be either just under the pivot or just on top of the pivot. You can ride to the minor pivots as a target, take profit on the pause candle that rejects that minor, and then get long again on the major pivot as it bounces off and comes back through. I often will compound stuff like that when it comes to like penny stocks. I'll take and run profit on a pause candle, run back into it, and trade each pop in those consolidation zones and run them up. It's a neat thing to do, and boy, when you can take your existing profit and have a position built on nothing but that profit, or even a percentage of that profit, you get a risk-free position. Take that knowledge with you when you go into trading these options, and then you really start to understand how the power of compounding can just be insane for profit margins. I'm going to sign off the YouTube channel here, and I'm probably going to take a quick break from the Discord channel so I can get ready for our 11 o'clock with TrendSpider there, and I will probably put that into, I'll put it into the voice channel for sure, but I'm also going to run and record that with OBS so I can make sure I get a high quality, high resolution recording of that, and have a raw video that we can fully edit and put onto our YouTube channel in our private link area to where we can keep that for our members. And we'll probably run a portion of that out on our public channel as well. So we'll copy it. We'll do it twice. One's commercial free for our members. The other one will be, monetized, because any revenue we generate keeps our prices low. That's what we want to do. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna knock it off for a little while. We'll see you a little later today, and then again, I'll try and come back in the Power Hour if I can. I'm gonna try and get some content made today too. I got to make some instructional videos. I'm getting behind on that to the point where I've got to do something. So we got to make.
I should
those
be in the
videos.
Power Hour. I should be back for that.
And then to boot, we've got a lot to get done as far as content goes.
Yes, we do, and we
We've
can do it.
We've been lagging on that for too long.
Mm.
All right, then, guys.
I just moved.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it now.
We'll see you in a bit. Oh, I mean, I was already saying we gotta
Yeah.